What is going on, guys? Dirtsheet clocking in from the Spoiler Alert Network. I'm here with my fourth and final installment, at least for season 3, of the Watchlist. Now, the Watchlist is not dying because if the Watchlist dies, Dirtsheet dies. This has been my favorite segment, and if it goes, I go. Empty threats. I'm just playing. But, anyways, so the fourth installment of my Watchlist, what I have on my list of things to watch, is actually a YouTube series. I'm channeling my inner Brad for this one. And what's hilarious is I'm actually taking a series from the page that Brad loves and raves on and stealing it for my own. This I'm doing a Brad thing. Anyways, so the series that I'm going to be talking about is the very, 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 very popular YouTube series Death Battle. You've probably heard about it at one point or another. Now, what Death Battle is started off as a YouTube miniseries that took two fictional characters, and there was no limitations. They could be video game characters, they could be comic book characters, movie characters. You've seen Godzilla, you've seen Thanos, Darkseid, Boba Fett, Ryu. Like, there's literally any fandom, any fictional character, and they take two characters and literally pit them in a battle to the death. And it started off as a series from Screw Attack, which was the YouTube channel that was producing it to begin with. And the creators, or I guess the people who came up with the show, were Ben Singer, who plays the character of Wiz, one of the analysts, and then Chad James, who plays the character of Boomstick, who I emotionally identify as. Boomstick is my spirit animal. Now, eventually Screw Attack, it's still Screw Attack, but Screw Attack was eventually absorbed by Rooster Teeth and is now a subsidiary, sub-channel, subdivision, subordinate of Rooster Teeth. Anyways, Screw Attack is now Rooster Teeth. It's all one. So, as they merged with Rooster Teeth, it got more in depth. They started off as little, like, 7 to 10 minute videos. You'd get the base analysis of their abilities and their powers and whatnot. And then they just put them together in a little animated battle. And then it really, really turned the corner for one episode. And that episode was Goku versus Superman. Just because it's one of the most popular fandom clashes in history. It's pitting two of the most iconic characters from, arguably the most iconic protagonist from anime, and the most iconic protagonist from comic books, and it put them in a clash against each other. It was actually so popular that it had a part 2. They had to come back because fans were blowing up all over the internet about who was right, who was wrong, who should win, who should have won, who should have lost, blah, blah, blah. And this is where it really turned the corner. They got a lot of clout, they got a lot of recognition for this, and then the further they went, the more their animated skills jumped up. So you have it went from these short little 3-minute battles that were kind of like 8-bitty and fun to watch, to these legitimate, like, 10 to 12-minute battles with like 3D animation and all kinds of good effects. And also, not only did they improve their animation as they got bigger, but they also jumped more in depth to the abilities. Like, mathematically, they really showed that they are actually intelligent and know what they're talking about. Like, they break down character-specific powers to the numbers, pitting them against each other. Like, I feel like it's the most accurate representation of a battle from two characters from different worlds possible. Now, there's a bunch of episodes. Like, just get on YouTube and search for Death Battle, and there's actually literally an entire channel there's a sub channel for just Death Battle from Screw Attack and Rooster Teeth, and they have a playlist of all their death battles. Start at the very first one, watch them all. They're great, because one of the most favorite things for fans to do is pit characters from one universe against another. And you don't really have any accurate representations because the power levels from comic books, animes, horror movies, Godzilla films, kaiju films, they vary so much and so wide, but they actually bring science and mathematics into this and break it down to an accurate representation, pitting these characters in a fight to the death. And it's just really cool. It's a really cool series because it's something that we as fans think about all the time. So anyways, guys, just wanted to keep it short and sweet. That is my final watch list for season 42. That's not the season we're in. That is my final watch list for season 3. Be sure to watch the other guys' watch list. Go back and watch the list of all the things to watch. Jump in the comments. Let me know if you guys have seen Death Battle, what you think of Death Battle. Recommend it to people who haven't seen Death Battle because everybody needs to see Death Battle. So, anyways, guys, I'm Dirtsheet. This is the Spoiler Alert Network. Remember to come back on Tuesday for an episode of After Dark. Be back Thursday for an episode of the Retro Vault with some retro games. And then come back next Saturday for another installment of the Watch List. Season 3 is coming to a close. We've had a lot of fun, but we have big, big plans for Season 4. So be sure to stay tuned and stay dedicated.